My principal caught me with contraband in 5th period, and she couldn't stop thanking me. So my school jumped on that viral anything but a backpack day trend, and for once, I was actually into it. Everyone else was planning boring stuff, shopping carts, laundry baskets, whatever. But I found a massive rainbow unicorn pool at a garage sale, and I was going to fill it with textbooks and drag it through school like a sled. Then 2 days before the event, some seniors decided to practice by bringing a full-sized canoe to school, and promptly knocked over 3 trophy cases trying to navigate the main hallway. Principal Reeves went ballistic, and by lunch came the crushing announcement: due to safety concerns and property damage, anything but a backpack day is officially canceled. Regular backpacks only. The disappointment was crushing. Everyone had already bought or made their ridiculous book carriers. The hallways were filled with angry muttering about how one group ruined it for everyone. Reeves stood by the main entrance the next morning like a guard, making sure no one tried to celebrate anything. She actually sent a kid home for wearing a jersey for what was supposed to be sports day. Spirit week is over, she kept saying. No themes, no celebrations, back to normal. The unfairness of it all made my blood boil, but I couldn't let go of my pool idea. I'd already bought the pump, tested the inflation time, 2 minutes flat, and even practiced dragging it around my garage. So I made a decision that could have gotten me suspended. I folded up a deflated pool as small as possible and stuffed it in my backpack along with a battery-powered pump. It barely fit. My plan was simple: show my friends during lunch in the courtyard where Reeves never patrolled. We'd inflate it for 5 minutes, take some pictures, have a laugh about what could have been, then pack it away. Nobody would know except my close friends. All morning I felt like I was carrying contraband, which was both nerve-wracking and oddly thrilling. But everything changed during 5th period biology. We were halfway through a lesson on genetics when Madison Parker suddenly gasped and grabbed her stomach. Madison was 8 months pregnant. She'd been doing remote learning mostly, but came in for important labs. Something's wrong, she whispered. Then her eyes went wide. Oh God, my water just broke. Mrs. Hayes immediately called the office for the nurse, but Nurse Williams was at the elementary school for vision screenings. The EMTs were called, but dispatch said they were 20 minutes out due to a pileup on the highway. Madison's contractions were getting closer. She was crying, saying the baby was coming now. That's when Mrs. Hayes yelled, "We need something sterile, something to contain. Does anyone have plastic sheets, towels, anything?" The bio lab only had paper towels and a tiny sink. Madison was on the floor, and Mrs. Hayes was trying to remember her emergency childbirth training from 20 years ago. Without thinking, I yanked open my backpack. I have a pool. It's brand new, never used. Everyone stared as I pulled out the deflated unicorn pool and the pump. It's clean plastic. It's big enough. It has sides to contain everything. Mrs. Hayes' eyes lit up. Inflate it now! As the pump whirred to life, 2 more science teachers rushed in. Ms. Nguyen, who'd been a combat medic, and Mrs. Patterson, who delivered her own baby in her car. They positioned the rapidly inflating pool under Madison, using lab coats and emergency blankets from the earthquake kit. Principal Reeves burst through the door just as the pool finished inflating, her face going from angry to shocked as she saw Madison in active labor. Then we heard a pop and a hissing sound. The battery pump had overheated and died. I hadn't fully secured the valve in my panic, and the pool started deflating under Madison. "Everyone else out!" Reeves commanded, but then pointed at me. "You stay. Keep that thing inflated." I practically jumped over to the valve and started blowing as hard as I could, but my asthma kicked in almost immediately. I was gasping, wheezing, not getting enough airflow to keep the pool stable. "Can I take over?" Principal Reeves asked, even though she was already kneeling beside the pool blowing heavy breaths into the valve. For the next 15 minutes, while Ms. Nguyen, Mrs. Patterson, and Mrs. Hayes delivered the baby, Principal Reeves was on her knees blowing air into that unicorn pool. I held one side steady while she kept it inflated, breath after breath. The pool caught everything, keeping the floor clean and giving the teachers a contained, cushioned space to work. Baby Maya was born at 2:47 p.m., healthy and crying loudly, with the EMTs arriving just in time to cut the cord and transport them to the hospital. The unicorn pool had done its job perfectly. As the EMTs wheeled Madison out, she grabbed my hand. "That ridiculous pool saved us. Thank you." Principal Reeves stood there catching her breath, her face flushed from 15 minutes of non-stop blowing. She looked at the deflated pool, then at me. "Why did you have this anyway?" I braced myself for detention. "Well, in case anyone went into labor, obviously." She stared at me. "This was for anything but a backpack day, wasn't it?" "What? No, I just always carry emergency birthing pools in my—" She cut me off. "You're going to need a new pool." I blinked. "Why?" "Because Spirit Week is back on next week." She smiled and walked out.